Hello, you all. Welcome back to Becoming Whole with Thomas Set. Today, we're going to talk about children. I have a daughter. Her name is Destiny Goldsmith, and she is a teacher. But let's move from there. Listen, y'all. Kids are kind of out of control. And we, as parents, we're going to have to do better, y'all. We're going to have to do better. That's why it's so important that we work on ourselves. That is why it is so important that we discipline ourselves so that we can learn who we are. Because we can't give our kids something that we don't have. And these kids are off the chain now. They're off the chain because you got parents got a whole lot of children, and the men are not in the homes. I call them little boys. The little boys are not in the homes, and they're raising them themselves. Some of them have to go 2, 3 jobs. And I'm just saying the kids need affection, the kids need attention, and they're not getting it, and they're acting out. They're acting out. You got kids that just craving attention so bad that they're just doing all kind of behaviors at school. And it's a no-no. And you all wouldn't believe it. It starts from the first grade all the way to the 12th grade. It's just out of order. We gonna have to get to know ourselves. We are going to have to do the disciplines that we need to do with ourselves because it starts with us. We need to change. We got to grow. Because if we don't, the sins of the parents, they fall on the children to the third and the fourth generation. What you do impact your kids. And that's why some of them are in the situations that they are. Because I'm just giving you the word. It's called generational curses. We got to break the cycles. We got to break the cycles because these kids are out of control. You got teachers that don't want to teach no more. You got all professions as a whole. Basically, they don't want to work anymore because society is out of control. Churches are out of control because we don't have no standards anymore. We don't have no morals anymore. Why? Because everybody just want to be free. But there's no such a thing as being free. Because where has that gotten us, you all? Bondage, pain. Look at the world. Look at the world today. There are no standards. There are no morals. There are no values. Everybody just want to do what they want to do. Go with who they want to go with. Not going to work. We're going backwards, y'all. We're going backwards. Kids are starving for affection. They're starving for attention. Wow. Kids don't even want to learn. The kids don't want to learn, but yet they got cell phones. They got boyfriends and girlfriends. Why? Because the fathers are not doing their job. Because the majority of the fathers are not fathers, they're little boys. No disrespect to nobody. We gotta face reality. We are losing a generation. We are losing a generation. And some of us little girls and little boys, we are putting our happiness over our kids. Come on. Then we turning around and we're doing any and everything around our kids. We smoking weed, we drinking, we partying. Come on. No disrespect. But these things affect our kids. And that's the reason why the situations are going on the way they are going on now. It's just out of control. Parents, it's time to do an inventory. Why you keep tolerating when somebody is disrespecting you? Because you don't know your worth. And then you turn around and give that person more respect than you giving your own child or own children. You think God's gonna open a door for you? Move a mountain for you? He can't. Because you're not doing the work. You're doing things backwards instead of moving forward. Come on. I'm just saying, y'all, we gotta do better. Because this world is going astray. What is wrong is right now, and what is right is wrong. There are no standards. There are no morals. There are no values. And people like me is resented. And all I want people to do is, come on, let's get a different perspective. Change the way you look at this and change the way you look at that. Because if you don't grow up to be that young lady turning into a woman that you're supposed to be, all you're going to attract is who you are. That means no growth. So if you're not dealing with a man because you're not a lady, how do you expect to get what you deserve out of this life? You're not. And then now, because you don't know who you are, you done got pregnant by somebody that didn't know who he was. And then now here comes the dysfunction. And then everything and anything is being done around the child. And then when the child goes to school, the child just acting up and doing everything. Then the teachers try to tell the parents what time it is. Then you got a problem with the parents. You want to go to the Board of Education and everything. And you know your stuff out of order. You know your stuff out of order. We're going to have to do better. We always want to complain about what this person ain't doing and what that person ain't doing. What you not doing? Because get your house in order first. God ain't finna do nothing outside of your house. You got problems, so how you going to put your mouth on somebody else for what they doing and what they ain't doing? I don't see nobody marching around saying, y'all, let's get these houses together. Let's leave these little boys alone, or these little girls alone, till we become whole within our own selves. I don't see nobody trying to help. Let's march on helping these people get out of prison, helping these people get better once they get out of prison. I don't see nobody doing anything like that. I don't see no solutions to help us to work on who we are so that we can stop making these same bad choices. Our communities are not getting better. We keep voting the same situation. Well, what we getting out of it? Come on, our communities are not changing. They can't change because we're not changing. So how are our kids going to be better if we're not better? I know this might be tight, but it's right. It's right, though. We got to change, y'all. Because if we don't change, ain't nothing going to change. God's not going to change it. If my people, which are called by my name, would humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked way, then I will heal the lands. He's not finna do anything. You got to do your part. Come on. And then some of y'all got yourself in the church and got yourself out there in the world. Come on now. No, ain't no judgment. It's real. How can you have friendship with the world and friendship with God? It ain't going to work. You either love one and hate the other one. You got to have a standard. Come on. We got to have a standard. That's what's going to change things. That's what's going to change our homes. That's what's going to change our schools. We got to have a standard. No standard, destruction, misery, out of order. And that's how every institution it is out of order, including the churches. The majority of them so many scandals till it ain't funny. Why? Because it's been going on year after year after year, and everybody know it. Basically, especially in the small hometowns, we know what's going on in the churches. But we just go right on up in there and act as if it don't exist and talk about each other. And that's why ain't nothing changing. That's why the homes are not changing. Because there are no standards. But it's time for us to wake up because God can't move anything for us unless we change. Unless we change. We got to look ourselves in the mirror and say, it's time for me to do something different. It's time for me to get into that word so that I can know who I am. Because when I know who I am, I don't put myself in a position so that I can bring a child in this world and damage their child because I don't know who I am. I'm going to close now, but I'm just saying, y'all, come on. Discipline these kids. Stop giving these kids everything. Spend time with these kids. Leave these people alone that are not able to help you go higher and higher. Because every male that you have in your life, if he ain't requiring you with a relationship with God, that means he the wrong person. We got to wake up. Now, if this helped you all, please hit those notifications and put them thumbs up. Also, subscribe, share. All right, I'll holler at y'all. And again, thanks for tuning in to Becoming Whole with Thomas Sitt.